A person who was entering the property said that there's potential public order offences that have been reported. Therefore, I can require your details so that can be investigated.
No, yeah.
I'd like to do that rather than arrest you so that we can deal with it now.
Welcome back to the channel. Today's breakdown exposes a tense police encounter featuring footage from Alfie Audit. What starts off as a simple interaction quickly spirals into something far more serious. Backhand index pointing right, a clear case of confusion, pressure tactics, and questionable use of authority. From the very first moment, officers try to corner the auditor with a false choice. Backhand index pointing right, comply or get arrested. But as things unfold, their entire justification begins to collapse. No clear offense, no solid grounds, just guesswork, pressure, and powers that don't actually exist. Let's break it down.
Details or I can arrest you.
Yeah.
So that.
What's the details? Can I have your name and address? Name and
Identify
number,
yourself, please.
officer.
Can you grab my phone
You
so
just,
that I can?
You've just seen us outside the police station.
Can you identify yourself,
Right.
please?
Can I explain why I've stopped
No,
you?
no. Answer my colleague's questions. Thank
Identify
you.
yourself, please.
A person who was entering the property said that there's potential public order offences that have been reported. Therefore, I can require your details so that can be investigated.
No, yeah.
I'd like to do that rather than arrest you so that we can deal with it now.
No, I'm
So
not
let me just
committed a crime.
confirm.
Can you identify yourself, please?
You've not done that so far. Are you a constable or are you in impression?
I am
That constitutes an offence.
11733.
Sorry?
11733.
Right from the start, the tone is aggressive. The officer steps in with an ultimatum. Backhand index pointing right, give me your details or you're getting arrested. Sounds serious, but here's the truth. Backhand index pointing right, that's not lawful procedure. That's pressure. Under PACE Code G, arrest must be necessary, not just convenient. And most importantly, backhand index pointing right, you do not have to give your name and address unless very specific legal conditions apply. The officer talks about a potential offense, but potential means nothing without real evidence. Backhand index pointing right suspicion must be based on facts, not assumptions.
173. On police.
What's
Can you have my number? Thank you. Thank you. So at the moment I'm going to talk to this officer here because he's the one who's approached us at
A
the moment.
possible public order offence.
For what? For
I'm just
standing
trying
outside
to-
the gate? No, I don't think so.
No, just due to an interaction you had with them. That's the report I've got from them.
What interaction?
You also get to report and tell me what you want. So
We don't want to
that's
say
fair
nothing,
enough.
thank you.
There you go. If you don't want to say
No
anything,
comment.
but they did want to say something. So
Well,
unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
when a crime is
It's not a
reported,
crime.
that
Public
gives me
order is not a
powers
crime.
to A, stop and detain you, to deal with that crime, and if required, arrest you.
yeah,
My colleague now is just taking those details.
that's a load
what
of
the
crap, I
report
think.
was, and once I know more about the report, I'll be able to tell you more. However, until then, I'm going to take some details.
No, thank you. Not until we know more details, at
Okay.
least.
You've been threatening people, you've been intimidating people to come in by putting the
Now comes a major red flag. The officer claims he can detain the auditor for investigation. Backhand index pointing right, that power simply does not exist. In UK law, police can't just hold you to figure things out. Unless it's a lawful stop and search or an arrest. Backhand index pointing right, you are free to walk away. What we're seeing here is an attempt to create authority. Backhand index pointing right where there is none.
That's a lie.
They felt intimidated by it.
Well,
They don't want to, they didn't ask for it.
Are you the feeling police then, are you?
The feelings
The
police.
feeling, yeah, because they feel intimidated, you have
If
to
people
deal
feel
with it.
intimidated and threatened by it, they don't like it.
Well, that's their problem, not mine.
If
or
somebody
yours.
intimidated you, you want us to investigate.
No,
wouldn't you?
no, because I've already been through that one and they didn't do anything about it. Right,
That's
so
you. But other people, if they feel
no,
threatened
the
or
police didn't do
intimidated,
anything about it.
they'd want us to speak to them on that.
Because
That's
it's the
what we're doing.
police, you're doing something about it. And we haven't committed a crime. There's no law against us filming outside.
No, I'm not saying
so,
there's a law against you filming.
so we haven't committed any crime.
I don't mind you filming. Crack on.
and we're filming from a distance, and there's evidence of that on my camera, his
Their
camera, and
feelings
cameras
don't come
like
into
that.
it. Their feelings don't come into it.
Why not?
Because they're police. You have
says they're
you have
police?
a higher tolerance.
Who says they're police?
The control staff, whatever.
Who says they're
They
police?
work for the police.
Do you know who they
A second officer steps in, but instead of law, he brings feelings into it. Backhand index pointing right, people feel intimidated. But here's reality. Backhand index pointing right feeling uncomfortable is not a crime. For a public order offense, there must be clear behavior, threatening, abusive, or seriously disorderly. Filming in public? Backhand index pointing right, completely legal. At this point, it's no longer about law. Backhand index pointing right, it's about personal discomfort.
Are you going up the hill?
Control staff or the
civilians
police.
or
Some of
whatever.
them were police. Some of them were police
How do you know?
because they showed their ID badge.
They might have been a police post. There could be a civilian member of staff.
Well,
You don't have to line.
they still have a high tolerance of
How do you know that?
because I do. You
Because
have
you do.
if I swear, if I keep swearing and swearing, you can't do me for it because you have a higher tolerance.
Yes, we can. Under Section 5 of the Public Order Act,
You have a higher tolerance
can.
if I'm swearing to you than I was
You don't
swearing
know
to
who
public.
you're talking to there, do you?
Okay.
I wasn't talking to nobody.
You don't know who they are.
I'm
Right,
talking
you're
to
not
nobody.
You're putting the cameras in front of their faces. You don't know who they are.
That's a
The
total
lady
lie.
spoke to me, so interaction, I filmed it, which I'm not allowed to do.
Yeah.
So there is no crime here whatsoever.
If they're intimidated by it, they will-
okay, but under Section 19 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, when a crime is reported, and I can
It's
see
not
Now we hit the most critical moment. An officer tries to use Section 19 of PACE backhand index pointing right to justify taking the phone. This is a serious mistake. Section 19 only applies when police are lawfully on premises, backhand index pointing right, not standing on a public street. If that phone had been taken, backhand index pointing right, it could potentially cross into unlawful seizure. This isn't just confusion anymore. Backhand index pointing right, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of police powers.
seen already, I can take and seize any articles that may provide evidence of an offence.
and then I'll sue you.
So,
And me.
as I'm saying, you're saying you've recorded it, therefore that almost makes, I can 100% guarantee there's evidence on those machines.
But we didn't do anything.
Okay, so let us just have a chat.
Exactly.
Let's see what was going to happen. Okay, and we'll get to the bottom of it. We're not being argumentative with you.
You are,
We're
because
telling
you're trying to,
we were trying to leave. I didn't have an issue.
We
Hang
were
on.
trying to leave and you
Hang
stopped
on,
us.
and I didn't have an issue.
Exactly.
However, prior
That's
to me
the issue.
leaving,
My issue.
someone reported and told us via the radio that they said that you were aggressive towards them.
Rubbish. That's lie.
Hang on,
Go and tell them the lie and
Does
do
it-
them for lying to the police.
hang
then.
on, hang on.
Felt intimidated, all right?
No, they said we.
Sorry, intimidated, aggressive and intimidated. Okay.
Well, what's an
However,
aggressive?
listen,
That's a lie.
Listen,
And
you're
you got-
interrupting me now.
The officer then admits something important. He's acting on a report that the auditor was aggressive. But here's the problem. Backhand index pointing right police must deal with facts in front of them, not blind reports. The auditor is calm, non-threatening, fully within the law. Yet the officer still pushes to seize the phone, backhand index pointing right, not because of evidence, but to go looking for it. That flips the entire legal process upside down.
I then get to come and ask you and say that's what's been said. You get your chance to tell me.
Well, that's a lie.
Okay.
We
Nasty
didn't-
character, mate. Him.
That's a lie.
But when a criminal offence is being alleged, and one has, we are entitled to do that.
Look
Okay.
at that ugly face he's got. Do you feel offended by that? You shouldn't do. Just let them get on with what they've got to do.
So why didn't you stop outside the gate instead of stopping there?
That'd be more
Because we
appropriate.
didn't get told until we got there. But thank you very much for.
I bet that's a bit of a porky pie. Literally porky.
Can I report a crime?
If it's genuine.
Yeah.
If it's genuine.
I feel intimidated. And I feel that you're being aggressive, so I'd like to report that.
That's not reporting a crime, that's reporting a complaint.
That's a crime. You just said it was a crime.
Now comes a familiar tactic. Backhand index pointing right. I feel like you're being aggressive. This is where things get twisted. Standing your ground. Refusing to answer questions. Filming in public. Backhand index pointing right, none of that is aggression.
It's your legal right.
And the auditor stays calm throughout. Backhand index pointing right, completely dismantling any excuse for escalation.
You saw us down in outside the station when we was out there, but you didn't want to stop us because it's raining. You got in your little car, you left, let us do what we wanted to do, go home, or go at the next location, and you got in your car, you thought you'd be Cliff and that to waste our time, but it ain't really waste our time, is it?
I appreciate your opinion.
That's my opinion.
At this stage, everything stalls. The officers are out of options. Crossmark no offense, crossmark no legal grounds, crossmark no power to seize anything. Now, it becomes a mental game. Backhand index pointing right, if the auditor gives in, they win. Backhand index pointing right, if he stands firm, they back down. And that's exactly what happens.
Okay, again, so as I said, and typically it's now going to get noisier.
Yeah,
As I said, a crime was alleged. I'm going to ask you again, will you provide me with your details? I'll apologise, I couldn't hear your answer due to the loudness of that machine.
No problem. Yeah, no thank you.
You said no?
No.
I still can't hear you.
No.
No, thank you.
Because we haven't committed a crime.
Exactly.
Well, unfortunately, you're entitled to your opinion, but when one is alleged, I'm entitled to mine.
One last attempt. The officer goes back to the same line. Backhand index pointing right. Will you give your details? But this moment says everything. Because if arrest was truly justified, backhand index pointing right, he wouldn't be asking. He'd be acting. The repeated question exposes the truth. Backhand index pointing right, it was never about law. It was a bluff.
So the police station, it's over there. Right, and we left there. We was walking by. Now this car's just approached us. It's obviously a police vehicle. And it's the armed police outside Cold Harbour
I think I've met before somewhere else
police station.
on another occasion, and they've got intentions to go to another location after this.
Yeah, I'm going back home. The next location for me, bed.
Okay, there'll be a report made, and we've got your descriptions, okay?
Yeah.
Lovely.
We've done is on camera as well.
You felt you'd done some work today for the public. Got my description, our descriptions. No one's offended that police station.
Enjoy your days.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
Thank you very much for the photography. It's not crime in public. I'll make sure they remember that in a minute. Get their fucking numplate after that business. How dare they even chase, right, not
As the officers walk away, the auditor records their vehicle details. Backhand index pointing right, a smart move for accountability. Because what we've just witnessed is clear: a breakdown in procedure, a misuse of authority, and a situation where knowing your rights made all the difference. Backhand index pointing right, no arrest. Backhand index pointing right, no charges. Backhand index pointing right, just exposed tactics and a lesson in the law.